Hey coaches, Kris Thompson here, JTS Advisors, Designated Strategy and Accountability Coach, and I wanted to share with you guys a little tip around enrolling coaching clients. I get asked a lot about how long should your term be when you're working with somebody, how long should you coach them in your programs. And I'll share with you what I've learned in doing this 10 years or so is in sports they say that in coaching sports, they say that when you get hired, you're basically being hired to be fired because they always fire their coach eventually anyway. And that is exactly how it works in the coaching industry, coaching business. When your client hires you to be their coach, they also have in mind in their head when they're going to fire you. Or at the very least will say how long they think they feel like they'll need to work with you to solve the problem that in their mind they're hiring you to address and solve. So a couple things you want to keep in mind around that, if you will, is one, you do want to have some vision with them and set some vision with them. Most coaches, if anything, overdo that a little bit. There's a reason I would say that they overdo it, but maybe I'll make another video about that. But you want to have a short-term goal, of course, for them to accomplish. I'd say 90 days or less, certainly 6 months or less, so they've got a sense of urgency around that, or you can cultivate a sense of urgency around that. But anyway, coming back to this, they've got in mind how long they think they need you to work with them. The other thing that often happens in these things is if they're giving you any resistance to the length of time, it's because you've probably gone beyond what they think they're going to need you for as far as solving this problem. There's some that have some concern around what if I don't like the coaching and I want to get out of it. You have a little bit of that, but primarily the resistance is almost always because they just think they're not going to need you for a year or 2 years or 6 months or whatever it's going to be for you to solve that problem. So we will need to stretch them a little bit in order to get that in the long run. That's one reason why I don't like set coaching terms. I like to keep a minimum term and then kind of leave it open-ended on a month-to-month level so that it doesn't have to continue to be re-brought up and resold to the client to continue on. So keep that in mind. The other thing is a lot of coaches or coaching clients, everybody really, they think things are going to take a lot less time to solve than they probably really are. They're leaving no allowances and no room for setbacks. They're leaving no room for life to show up and get in the way. They're leaving no room for having a bad day or a bad week. They're not leaving any room for ineffective execution of strategies, and they're leaving no room for them, frankly, to just not listen to you. Just, kind of resist that coaching and really not kind of apply it. So they tend to underestimate how long it's going to take a lot of times to accomplish an outcome. So you want to leave enough room in the coaching contract term with you that you can write out some of those bumps, because as we know, success is not a straight line pretty much ever. So that's a real key, because we want to have a long enough coaching term that you can help the client get some results before they have to make a decision on continuing coaching or not. But you want it to be short enough that they keep a sense of urgency and they'll still hire you. You also don't want it to be too short, because what will happen is the client will be sitting there, let's say 3 months or something. They're going to be sitting there evaluating the coaching during that time. They're going to be going, do I still want to do coaching? Do I really want to do this? And if they're evaluating the coaching, guess what they're not doing with the coaching? Right, they're not applying the coaching. Just like in a relationship, if someone's not really fully knowing if they want to stay in a relationship, are they going to give it 100%? No, we know they're not. And then the other person in the relationship, they pick up on that really quickly. Day or two, couple hours, texting or whatever it is, and they're hey, something's going on? What's going on here, right? So we want to make sure it's a long enough period of time that your client is not sitting there asking themselves, spending energy on, oh my gosh, do I want to continue this coaching thing? It's going to stand in the way of them getting results. Because this is a balance between having them hire you, having a sense of urgency to work with you, and actually have enough time to get a result, but yet kind of short enough that they will actually go ahead and hire you to go ahead and get that result as well. Hope that makes sense. If you've got questions or a different point of view, feel free to share that. Happy to reconnect with you guys on that some more. Thanks.